There we go. I almost got it. I almost got it. Don't you love it when you try something new and it almost lands? Almost lands. Well, hello. My name is Abby. I run AV Tarot Reading, and I'm realizing it is really bright on this side of my planet. So let me just, there we go. And maybe we'll just turn a little bit more on me. How about maybe your eyeballs won't even notice, and I just pointed out something you're not even paying attention to. Welcome to Abby. So hello, like I said, my name is Abby. It's somewhere around here. I am a professional tarot reader here in Seattle. I read for people near and far with the game plan, the goal to kind of help people navigate the more difficult things that are going on in their life, or even just make you laugh. Sometimes I just like to be silly and make you freaking laugh. I can do that too. I am a crass little weirdo. I sling cards. I use my intuitive talents that are slightly clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and a few other words that we have thrown in there to package together a session, package together a reading, package together some wisdom and information and advice is usually the run of the game. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend the hour to give 6 card readings there we go. Give 6 card readings for about the first half hour. We do take a quick 4-minute break to just give you a few tidbits about what's going on in the business. And then we hop back into doing readings, and then we do like flash readings is how I consider them. And then we're wrapping up. Instead of doing Animal Allies, we're going to start walking into Halloween Town by doing some Halloween Oracle pulls at the end. These are a little bit longer than the Animal Allies, but they're just, we have to get into the Halloween mood. We have to. So that's my method, my way in which I'm going to be doing that. So to participate, if you'd like to have a question read, please drop your comment or your question into the comments section. Melissa is going to be pulling those as she sees fit. She pulls based on variety instead of like first come or first serve, but we do try to get as many people taken care of as we can. I do ask that it's one specific question per comment, but please feel free to throw in as many questions as you're interested in. The more specific, the better. If you're general, I'm going to be kind of general and it gets kind of vague and it's not necessarily as fun. But will you do me the greatest, biggest old favor and share this video, tag a friend, share the link, do whatever you feel is necessary, or maybe even pull somebody in that might be able to get a little bit of information out of some tarot wisdom, some tarot readings, and some tarot advice. So yeah, that just helps me out. Will you also hit just a quick little heart button on this? It just lets me know that you're here. It lets me know that you like me. It lets me know that I'm doing something okay. And I'm totally going to hop into the comments because I want to see who's here.
Hi, YouTube.
Oh, and hi, YouTube land. I see you. Normally, you're not so quick on here, and I love that you are here. I love that you're here. Thank you so much, those of you that went ahead and hit the hearts. That makes me so happy. Maybe I should threaten, like, I'm going to cry unless I get 5 hearts. No, I'm not going to do that. I promise. I promise. So let me hop in. Let me say hello to who is here. I see myself. Looks like I'm commenting. I like that. No, Melissa's going to be the one that's behind the scenes on this side, commenting, conversing with you directly while I concentrate on reading cards. Hi, Sherry. I'm so glad that you're here. Tisha, I'm glad you're back, hun. Oh, my goodness. Shaka, I see that you're here. Yay. Hey, sis. Hello, hello. Hello, Pretty Tulips. I like that name. Emily, wonderful. Belinda, wonderful. Oh, y'all are here. This is exciting. This is fun. I dig that. I dig this. Anywho, you all, I want to start shuffling cards here in a minute. Melissa's going to be pulling a question. I feel like I missed something of the snippets that we talk about. Oh, the thing that I won't be reading on. I like to make sure that everyone is clear that I'm not going to be reading on your time of death. I'm not going to be reading on if you have COVID or what's going to happen to you if you do. I'm not going to read on your ex-boyfriend's new partner, new spouse, whatever that is. I find that to be a little bit on the neurotic end and not useful. So I want to do things that are useful, that are wonderful, that are inspiring growth, change, and development. Those are the things that I love to do. So I'm going to take my cards. I'm going to start shuffling, and then Melissa is going to start pulling questions for us here in a bit. And while she's doing that, I'm also going to, I have a new oil that I got to play with. Oh, hey, Kaylani. It's so good to see you too. Honey, I'm going to reach out to you. I have a brainstorming idea that I think I want to play. I want to do something. her and I, sorry, let me give some context. Kaylani, the second daughter tarot, she's also a tarot reader, and she is the sweetest human ever. And I'm like brainstorming ideas, and I want to include Kaylani in some of these brainstorming ideas, brainstorming funds. So I want to reach out to you, hun. So yeah. So yes, but yes, let me get to shuffling. What is your purpose? That's got to be like the existential question, right? That's like the question, the one question that we all kind of want to have a knowledge of. And please don't make fun of me if y'all see this finger right here. I've been like, I normally have my nails all done, and this one's just gone today. Let me point it out so nobody else can, okay? Yeah. Yo, that's what happens. Actually, I planned to do it, and then we got to watching the debates. Just saying, things take priority. So what is your purpose? Let's see what we can find out regarding your purpose, or what is best suited for you, or just a little bit of insight, a little bit of clarity in that regard. Let's see. So just so that you know, I'm using my standard Rider-Waite-Smith. We all kind of understand this is a Centennial edition. We generally know this set of cards. We've seen them a million places. What is your purpose, dearest? What is your purpose? Let's see. I'm moving my laptop, or not my laptop, my keyboard around so it doesn't get in the way. And I got cards flinging out all over the place. So I think we got a good place to start. 1, 2, 3. What is your purpose? Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to pull more cards, but let me start here. First card I have for you, Tulip, well, Pretty Tulips, is the Ace of Wands, along with the Four of Cups and the World card. And I feel like, I mean, the energy that I'm feeling from you, or my first feels kind of feeling around the situation, is that you still have a lot of time. You still have a lot of space to kind of figure out the things that you like, that you're interested in, and that you want to spend your time doing. So it's like having your purpose clearly defined right now, while it's slightly anxiety inducing, not having it all laid out, all stretched out and mapped out perfectly like the book was handed to you. I would love for you to remember it's okay that you don't have the answers to this test, right? It is okay that it's not completely there. The other cards that I have for you, hun, let's see. I want to make sure those other ones weren't contributing. And there we go. Okay, so the other cards that also showed up for us was the Lovers, along with the Eight of Wands, and then Temperance. So kind of combining all of those together, hon, I feel like something that you have a knack for, is something that you have an aptitude that would really, really useful for you, kind of like that natural inclination that you lean into because you're really good at it anyway, is like this, one, yes, working with people, doing something with people, but doing something with people that brings them into balance. So brings them from maybe a heightened state into a more like level, like you give the ebb to their flow so that they're a little bit more midline. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, I can totally give out 90 more examples. I'm really good at that. But it feels like with the Lovers, it's like there's this connection, this person, this communion, this coming together of people, or no, it feels like people. I was thinking animals, no. Things, maybe not, but it feels like the almost alchemy is a way of thinking about the ooh, I wonder what other little skills or talents or tidbits you have. Hun, something that you can look into just for yourself is look at the things that you already are slightly obsessed with, or slightly wildly interested in, or fascinated by, because those are kind of like those little flags. Those are the little sparks that just kind of trigger those new ideas. So if you follow that rabbit hole, you're going to hop into something else that is, if it's not your purpose per se, you're at least going to have a grand old time while you're playing in it. And so just hop into those and feel around them and figure them out and see how you feel in them. And then it's okay if you change your mind. You hop in, you don't like it, hop out. Do something else. No one's judging you, at least on this side of the table. You can judge yourself all day long, honey. I'm not going to be judging you. So anywho, I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps a little bit. Interesting, because your Libra rising so balanced makes sense. Hell, honey, lean into that. I feel like the almost the literal mixing right here with the, if we can see it without my face, there you go. Focus. No, the heifer's not focusing, but but the literal blending of things. I feel like there might be something there. First thought was like, oh gosh, I'm looking into plant medicine right now, herbalism right now. So I feel like I might be a little skewed in this, but I feel like there's that little making of tinctures and making of things, or making of to help people come into a balance of some sort. So how you decide to do that is completely on you, but it feels like that bringing others into balance is feels like something that could be very useful for you. Anywho, thank you so much for that question, Sweet Pea. And I love it when people let me know how these readings resonate, how they land. If it made sense, if it was completely left field, let me know so I know where my little compass is going. So totally let me know how these readings land for you. And thank you so much, Tulips. I appreciate your question. And Tulips, will you do me the biggest old favor of liking and subscribing to this? Because I have videos all the time. I want to make sure you can get the other ones. But thank you so much. All right, my dearest. I started talking to my ex. Then we had agreed to work things out. But yesterday he said a long distance relationship was hard. So it's better off to stop. My question is it really over? His name is Manuel Aries. And my name is Asmin. Azel. I'm not going to butcher your name, but that is a gorgeous spelling, though. You're a Cancer. Gotcha. Is it really over? And Zelma, I think. My wife is over here helping, like whispering, like, I think it's this. I think so, too. And Zelma, give me the phonic pronunciation of that. That is a gorgeous name. Like, I want to make sure I say that correctly. Let's see. Okay, so is that relationship really over? I feel like you two are slightly addicted to each other. Like, you have this habit in place, kind of like if you have that person that you talk to all the time and you try to go a couple days without talking to them and you start to itch and twitch a little bit. Like, I feel like you two will have the picking up the cell phone, texting first thing in the morning kind of habits with each other. So is it really over? I haven't pulled cards yet, but it feels a bit murky still. So not a clearly defined, yeah, it's over tomorrow kind of thing, but more of like, it's still muddy. Y'all haven't quite decided. Let's see what shows up for us, Hun Bunch. Oh, P.S. I call everybody Hun, like Hun Bunch, like Honey Bunch, and then Sweet Pea. And it's all because I was raised in the South, and that is my term of endearments. Or if you're my son, an expletive that I should not say so readily. Love my son and all, but sometimes he gets the other names. Let's see. Is it really over? Is it really over? Is it really over? What do we need to know about this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to giggle a little bit because I have like 2 primary relationship cards in this deck, and one of them came up for you too. So that's interesting. That's interesting to go about it. So the first thing that I'm feeling that I feel like is really important is the need for clarity, the need for boundaries. So by that I mean if your partner, if your person is saying this is really over, then I feel like everybody needs to be on board with it actually being over. I feel like there's a bit of this muddiness where there's this back and forth, where there's this vagueness around boundaries, where there's this fuzziness about what us being over actually looks like. Like, for instance, if y'all are no longer together, you don't get to know about all my dating choices. You don't get to know about what I'm doing X, Y, and Z day. You don't have those same privileges because we're not together anymore. And if we are together, then we need to say that kind of thing. So it's like, have some clarity about where the lines are, because it feels very fuzzy, feels very blurry at the moment. The other cards that I have for you is the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles along with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So to me, it feels like fear primarily. There's that fear that long distance relationships won't work. So why not just not do it to begin with? Honey, I've done long distance. Hell, I made a career out of long distance. I married long distance too. So, I mean, that's how we got here, babe. So it can work. No one says that it's a walk in the park. No one says it is super easy. It is a challenge, just like any other relationship dynamic is a challenge. So being hard is not an excuse, P.S. The other cards that I have is the 5 of Wands. I do have the Ace of Swords ending up on the 9 of Cups. To me, I think broad strokes, I feel like you two are going to be kind of coming in and out of each other's lives for a little while. So it doesn't feel like it's a complete end. It seems like it's going to stay a little fuzzy because we kind of like it, right? You kind of like, someone saying it's over, but them sticking around a little bit. We kind of like it. If you want more clarity, more definement, more what you say is what you actually mean, you might have to advocate for that. Like, wait, we didn't say that we're doing this, or leave it open and let it just walk all over the place. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes it joyful. But for me, it doesn't look like it's a complete end. I don't feel like you guys have cut off that connection as of yet, like mutually. Y'all haven't cut this off yet, is what I'm saying. Anywho, I look forward to seeing how it looks or how it, evolves for you. So totally keep me in the loop how this maneuvers over time, but totally let me know how this reading lands, if that makes sense for you. If it doesn't, let me know that too. Maybe I can clarify. But thank you so much, 3P, for your question. I appreciate you. Let me get to shuffling. Allie. Well, I like saying your name like I've known you my whole life. I don't know what that is, but I really do. It's just like, oh, I like putting that together that way. Will you change jobs in the next 6 months? Let's see what shows up for us, huh? Will you change jobs in the next 6 months? Will you change jobs in the next 6 months? What do I need to know about this? Will you change jobs in the next 6 months? I'm getting cards hopping out, so let's take a quick gander. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will you change jobs in the next? I don't think so. I don't think so. And let me show you why. First set of cards I have is the Chariot along with the Tower, but I also follow up with the Sun card. So my first thought before I go into the other ones is that there's going to be something that kind of kicks up some dust that happens for you or happens within the position or the role. There's something in relation to you and the job kicking up some dust that kind of makes us a little nervous. Like maybe there's a changing of hands or a changing of process, or it reminds me of those moments when you have like a company being not adopted, purchased by another company, and so that other company's processes come sweeping in and we don't know who's going to be left standing kind of thing. That's what that feels like with that Tower card. So the other cards I have for you is the 2 of Swords along with the 7 of Swords, but ending on the 5 of Cups. So while I don't think you're necessarily going to change jobs within the next 6 months, I feel like there's going to be like maybe the consideration or maybe I need to consider this, or maybe I need to think about this, or I'm going to start looking just so that I have my bases covered, like keeping the resume up to date, keeping the references, massaging those connections at other locations, talking to the recruiter, having those things in place, but I'm not feeling the jumping ship off. I feel more of I'm keeping myself safe instead of I'm about to leave or I'm about to abandon ship. The other cards that kind of flew out of the deck, I have the 3 of Cups. 4 of Swords was the first. Pentacles is all about work. 9 of Pentacles is often about what I think about is kind of like abundance and having tangible access to your resources. So it's like, honey, everything here looks awesome for you. Not changing jobs. Yeah, not changing jobs within the next 6 months. So yeah, thank you for that question. I hope that's actually what you're hoping for, because it's like, it just dawned on me, like, what if you're wanting to? What if you're trying to leave? And I'm like, no, you're not going anywhere. All smiley faces. It is very possible. You'll totally have to let me know. But it does feel like you're going to stay. But whatever it is, it's good. It feels good. It feels like a good stay. So not like a bad stay, like, oh, shit. So I think it'll be okay, Allie. Could I ask, will my boyfriend and I ever move to Canada? Ooh. Stoned Beans X. That is a fucking awesome name. Stoned Beans. I think we need to name our next cat Stoned Beans. Instead of Kansu, his name is going to be Stoned Beans. I'm just going to say that. My wife is like, yeah, no. All right. Could I ask, will my boyfriend and I ever move to Canada? Okay. So what do we need to know about this? Got my first card. Oops. They're going everywhere, Darwin. Okay, there we go. Shuffling away. What do we need to know? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotcha. Okay. So, hun, a couple of the cards that I have look optimistic. So I'm sitting on my shirt and I don't have my arms. Okay, there you go. So when you speak with your hands, you want your free float, flapping around, and I don't have it right now. It's like all trying to be cute and messing my life up. Anywho, I have the Six of Wands. I also have the Two of Wands. I have the Six of Cups. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, hun, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight? No, seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. So that actually it was there. So, hun bunch, what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling like is that there is a move. The move to Canada, I don't see why not. It looks like it's very likely, especially I have the sun card as kind of like the shadow of the deck, the bottom card of the deck. So ultimately it feels like whatever you two are going to be doing, it does feel like you're moving. I think very well Canada. I don't see why not. We'd have to do a little bit more digging to see if Canada is specific, but I'm definitely feeling the move. I'm feeling like a move together, traversing together. So if Canada is where your North Star is, I don't see why that's not happening, hun. So keep at it. Keep working on that and get your behinds, plural, over there. Get over there. But thank you so much for your question. I think I messed something up for myself. Oh, there it is. Found it. Alrighty. Let me get them all. Oh, you're very welcome. I want to let you know when I name you after my cat, or name my cat after you. There we go. I know I'm renaming folks left and right. Therese was moving from with my roommates. The best move. Ooh. How do you feel about it? Like that's the first question, because I'll totally like pull cards on it. But like a rhetorical question that I would love for you to think about is like, how do you feel about this move? What does like that first thing that that shows up when you think about it? Does it feel like it was a good move? Does it feel like it was necessary? That it was in your best interest? I hope so. I certainly hope so, or at least that you have good feelings about it. And if not, then we'll find out why. I swear, I have something in my hair. I mean, I have my hair in my hair. No, I have something in my eye. So if I sit here for like 15 minutes trying to pull at something in my eyelash, I hope you understand. I got it. Oh, yes, it was some fuzz that decided it was going to adopt an eyelash or something. Anywho, we're good now. So is moving from your roommates a good move, the best move? I feel like you can actually, so the first feeling that I got while I'm shuffling is that now you can date, or now you can date a little bit more easily. I'm wondering if you did the whole like moving from a roommate situation to just by yourself situation. So now you have your own space, your own place, your own things. That in itself is, you feel fantastic. So long story short, honey, yes, it's the best move. It's going to be the best move. So let me see if there's anything more that I can pull in on that. I'm glad that you feel fantastic. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome. What do we need to know about this move? The first feel I had was, or the second, that's more of the second, was that you were a little bit nervous about it at first. And so I wonder if there might be like a twinge of guilt wrapped around it, like especially if like the roommate was kind of dependent on you in some way, or not. Let's see. Okay, was this the best move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. Cards I have for you is the Nine of Swords, along with the Moon. I also have the Knight of Cups, that Queen of Pentacles, along with the Queen of Swords. And then I have the Four of Pentacles there for you. Bottom of the deck on my other side is the Four of Cups. So it still has that feeling of it's a good move, but I feel like there's parts of you that tends to overthink it, or tends to kind of go back and revisit of like, what if maybe that wasn't the best move. Maybe I should have stayed a little bit longer. Maybe I should have done something else. Maybe there was another way that I could have done such and such and such and such and things. So it's like there's that overthinking element to it. Hun, don't worry about it. You feel fantastic ultimately about the move. I would just rest in that. And then this whatever aspect about this move that is getting you a little frightful. I'm wondering if it's about like your finances or about your money or about how you're going to make your all the ends kind of meet now that you're in this new situation, new position. Like relax that fear if at all possible, because you will make this work come hell or high water. Like you will make that work. I have no doubt that you will make this situation work. So I saw myself skip on this end. I hope I'm still coming through cleanly and clearly. Will you please just give me a quick yes, you're coming in just fine, so that I know that I'm not skipping all over the place or blurry as hell, because I want to make sure this is doing okay for you all. But I hope that makes sense for you, Sweet Pea, because I do think it was the best move for you, and you feel freaking fantastic. So that's all that matters. Sorry? No comments on me being broken in half or anything, or disconnected or spotty? That's good. Perfect. Oh, Teresa was like, yes, you can see it all as well. Sweet. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Hey, new subs. Sweet. I'm so glad. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate everybody letting me know. That just helps things over here. All right, Tisha, should I pursue a new job or hang in there with your current position? Let me hop out of comments or I'm never going to get back to work. I'll never do it. I'll be like chit-chatting the whole time. Should you pursue a new job or hang there in my current position? Yeah, let's take a peek. The first thought that I'm getting, though, is that there's some, like, whatever it is that's going on in your current position that's kind of rubbing you the wrong way. I feel like that little spot needs to be worked on first before transitioning out. So not saying don't leave. I just feel like there's a skill to be garnered by fixing whatever the issue is first before then walking away, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to shuffle and see what else we need to know. Because you want to know, should you pursue a new job or just hang in there? So what else we need to know? What else do we need to know? Oop, dropping cards. Dropping cards. Okay, what else we need to know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hun. Queen of Swords, along with the Four of Pentacles. And then I have the Death card for you. So the other one being the King of Pentacles, along with the Three of Wands and the Knight of Cups. I feel like you're going to probably start kind of looking for another role anyway, kind of that half a foot in, half a foot out. So it's like, it's not a matter of should at this point. It's like, it's whatever you want. So what do you, hey, Tisha, what do you want? What do you want? I feel like it's in your best interest to do whatever makes you feel fuzzy, with whatever makes you feel fizzy and happy and joyous. I do think there's a lesson to be garnered from sticking the situation out until whatever it is resolved. But you also have the full-on ability to do whatever the hell you damn well please. So do whatever you like, hun bunch. Anything that I'm getting is that there's transformation here, that there's movement here, that I feel like there's this slight rigidity, there's this slight, I would probably say slightly oppressive, but I kind of find most jobs to be oppressive because it's like they don't have the human in mind. They have the service, the business, that's what's in mind. But that's just a personal opinion there. With the King of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, I think you're going to be transitioning out anyway. Knight of Cups, something being offered to you. So ultimately, I think you're going to be shifting out regardless of what anybody has to say about it. I'm just saying. But thank you so much for your question, Tisha. Should you stay or should you go? I think you should stay. I think you're going to go anyway. But who says we have to agree? No one did. No one did. But thank you so much for your question, dearest. Yeah, new subs. Yes. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, I also have a YouTube channel that is going through not so much an overhaul, but kind of like a beginning influx of new content that I'm kind of brainstorming creation. And also all of my ancestry work is happening over there. And I plan to incorporate it more in part of the practice and part of the business. So please feel free to also like and subscribe on that end as well. It's my name. It's AV Tarot Reading. I'm the only one. My name is Abigail Vasquez. I'm the only, not the only Abigail Vasquez on there, but I am the only one attached to tarot. There we go. It'll be easy to find. I promise. Okay, Vanilla. I have this friend and she's been a great support system, but lately the vibes are shifting into something more than friends. She's a Gemini. I'm a Leo, but I want to have a better idea of my love life. Sweet. All right. You got to love it how, it starts to go like, oh, a little bit more than just friends. Because, it's like, yeah, we're good about that. What was it? The adage I used to throw out there where like, friendship was the other name for foreplay within our community. We're sometimes funny that way. Anywho, I'm shuffling, huh? I want to see what's up there or what's up for you there. Sorry. I'm a little animated today. I didn't even have my coffee. Ooh, tea. My wife made me some tea and you fuss at me for not drinking it and having some of it. So I'm going to have some now.
You might as well know.
I know. Since I'm drinking this loudly on camera, this is Tazo organic chai with a splash of a half and half because she gave it to me that way. Thank you. Thank you, babe. The one thing I can't stand is loud swallowers. It drives me nuts, especially on camera or video or audio. If you can hear somebody swallowing, I'm like, smacking is terrible. I have this thing about mouth noises. I can't hang. You totally have to let me know, like, are you the same way? Like when you hear someone smacking or someone like drinking loudly, do your ears like bleed and you want to rip your own eyes out? Like, tell me what happens when you hear. Like, I have to know this now. I can't be the only one. That's why I try really good, try to be really like quiet about my sip. All right, but let's get to the point. Let's dig into this question. Lately, the vibes are shifting into something more than friends. Let's see what this looks like. What do we need to know about this connection? She's a Gemini. You're a Leo. Okay. Gotcha. She's going to be fun, to say the least. I'm glad that she's a good support system because when she's here, she's definitely all here, right? When she's in it, she's all in it. Got it. Okay. So let's look around. What do you need to know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I feel like there's going to get to a point where there's going to have to excuse me. I don't like to tell you what you have to do. I like to tell you what you could do. But in this situation, what I'm feeling is like a need to kind of do a come to Jesus, like a not literal Jesus. We're not Christians over here, but I'm just saying more of the let's get clear. Let's get it on the table. Let's put the cards, on the surface so that we all know exactly what we're looking at. Because the cards that I have for you is the 10 of Pentacles along with the Star card and the Empress card. So for me, I'm thinking like there's this itch for community and family and connection and getting together. And that's all good and fun. And though there's still, I have the 8 of Cups. Okay. Well, I also have the 8 of Wands. Okay, little fucker. And then I have the 8 of Swords. Why so many damn 8s? Like those are those things that I'd want to see. Me 9 of Cups. I'd want to kind of dig in if we did a one-on-one session, is look into the numerology of like what's going on here a little bit more. But I feel like there's this still desire to like not put labels on things, not confine ourselves to the structure or the rigidity of oh, we're dating, oh, we're connected, oh, we're doing this thing now. So it's like, if you need a little bit more certainty, you might have to come to the table with it, because it doesn't feel like our dear sweet Gemini person is going to be exactly on the forefront on that, or very direct on that. So if you're wanting more directness, I feel like you're going to be the one that's going to have to speak up to that first and clearly, and kind of lay out this is what we're doing now kind of card. It seems connection wise, it seems energetic, fuzzy, and fun. So like, have fun with that, enjoy that, hop in and see where it takes you, because y'all might have fun. Like, okay, so I have the Page of Pentacles. Oh, thank you, hon. I have the Page of Pentacles with that. And so I feel like there's this space and time where you two are going to absolutely enjoy being utterly obsessed with each other. Like that whole rolling around in bed for 4 days obsessed with each other. Like you come up long enough to eat and then you go right back in. Enjoy it for what it is. Have fun with it. Just have fun. Go have fun, hon. Go have fun. But thank you so much for your question. I appreciate y'all. Ew. The peek, the little look into the shindig. It's always fun on my end. So yes, I like to make sure for 4 minutes, I have to make sure it's 4 minutes. And by that, I set a timer so that I don't go over 4 minutes, because I just want to touch briefly on there we go, how to get work done with me if you want to work with me one-on-one. And trust me, we are going to hop back into reads in here in just a second, so y'all don't go anywhere, okay? So if you'd like to get something that's a little bit more personal, a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more one-on-one directly with me, I have 4 reading styles that I deliver, 4 methods of delivery at the moment. My first one, my favorite one right now, is personalized recorded video readings, where it is a question that is provided to me through the website, which is going to be dropped into the comments and also attached to the post here directly. You provide me the question, and then I record the session as though you were here. So I'm speaking to you through the camera. I'm speaking through you that way. I'm connecting to your guides, guardians, and your ancestors to answer the question that we're working on through my cards. The thing I love about doing it that way is that it gives me the opportunity to dive deeper into an element that shows up during the read. Sometimes when we're just face to face, we're under a time schedule. We're keeping it to the point. We're getting directly to where we want to go. This gives me the opportunity to kind of like laser in focus and find out the whys, find out the hows, unearth the reasons, get to the root of something and pull that up for us. The other method of delivery that I love to do with others is Zoom calls. So it's either 30-minute or 60-minute increments where we just chat one-on-one and we do a question answer session like this, and we talk about almost anything under the sun. So whatever questions you can come to the table with during that hour, we're slinging cards to find out. And I love doing that for you all. The other method I do is the same process, but by chat. Sometimes you're just not into having your face shown. Totally understood. You can do a Facebook Messenger chat session with me in 30 or 60-minute increments. Same thing. You come with as many questions as you can during that space and time. I answer as many questions as possible as well. I also offer emailed readings, and those are done through the question being provided, and a graphic designed PDF is sent back in response to your question. And there's lots of different types of readings that I offer directly on the site. They can be business related, they can be love related, they can be maybe you don't have something that's specific, but you just need something, right? And that I call is like my soul food reading, for instance. That's it's a concise, constructed reading that I do via spread. I take the images and I send it to you after it's been typed out, and it's sent to you via PDF. You can print it out, you can keep it till the cows come home. So those are a couple of the, those are the 4 of the ways that you can get in touch with me. And something else that we've just recently included into the service catalog is Halloween inspired readings, all pulling inspiration from the film The Nightmare Before Christmas, featuring the main characters of the film and their kind of story arc through the film. So some of the characters that I've based these readings on, of course, you can't go anywhere without Jack. You can't do anything with Jack without Sally. So I have Sally. I also have the triplets Lock, Shock, and Barrel. They make me so happy. I also have the mayor of Halloween Town, if you remember his head spinning. And then the last one, I think Boogie, Oogie Boogie, the Nightmare. He is one of my favorites within the film, and I still love his song, his soundtrack on the film. So those are the ways in which you can get in touch with me, the ways that I can read for you directly, the ways that we can work together. I'm also doing events. I'm also doing Zoom, like multiple sessions. So those are other ways. If you have a party that you want to throw, you can also reach out and I can read for multiples at a time. So lots of different ways to get work done with a fuzzy-haired Abby. So just saying. And I think, 14 seconds to spare. I'm winning. Yes. Go to the website. Yes. The website is directly attached to this post. You can also see it right there in the links in the comments as well. So many ways to get in touch. All right. But if you're ready, I'm ready. We can hop right back on in. And while we are here, I have 21 of y'all. I want to give you all hugs. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me today. Something that I wanted to mention that I did not mention at the beginning of our session is that I do want to give away what did we decide? I didn't decide, did I? Oh, yeah. No, not the Halloween. I wanted to give away something today. And so I almost had it all together, and I'm going to decide right now, right off the cuff. as my wife's head is spinning just for a moment, what I want to do is give away a 30-minute reading session with me. This is a free live reading session with me on the time and the topic of your choice. So if you would do me the honor of typing in your email address and sending me that message today, like right in the next 5 minutes or so, what I will do is put those emails in a randomizer, and I will then select and reach back out to you directly so that we can schedule the time. And so for me, that's a funsy way to have you sample my services and have me give back to my community. And especially if you've been wanting to sample and not been able to recently. Yes, babe?
Yeah, if they go to your Facebook, you'll announce the name of the person tomorrow.
Yes, if you go to the Facebook or also like and follow the Facebook page, I will be announcing that name tomorrow so that we will all be able to celebrate in the sharing of the giveaway, the free giveaway. So thank you. Thank all of y'all for being here. All right, sweethearts. From YouTube land, may I ask, is my boxing career path the right path for me? Nice. I love that you're a boxer. So let me get to shuffling. That's a wonderful question, huh? I dig that. Boxing career, is that the right career for you? I feel like you like boxing gives you breath. And I mean, yes, it takes it too, but I feel like that work, that energy, that practice, it's like going to the gym, the sessions, the training, the work, the effort, the physical exertion, the getting yourself back up, like that in itself gives you life, gives you spirit, gives you breath. So let's see. Is that the right path for me? Is that the right path for you? Is that the right path for you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So let me show you what I got. I got a mixed bag of interesting here going. So the first card I got is the 7 of Pentacles. I also have the Star, and I have the Empress card. So in addition, the other ones I have is the Emperor, along with the 8 of Cups. There we go. And then ending the whole thing on the 9 of Swords. The cool thing for me, though, is that the bottom of the deck was the 9 of Cups. So I still feel like this is a more optimistic optimistic like message and motivation there. So, hun, when I'm thinking about if it's the right career for you or right path for you, I feel like right is subject to interpretation. I feel like if this job, if this work, if this effort feels good for you, if you love this more than life itself, then of course it's the right path for you. Now, if you're only doing this to meet a certain end, then that's worth considering. Is this role going to meet that end for you? That's only those things that you can decide. Is this something that fulfills you? Is this something that you get excited to get up for every day? Then of course it's the right path. I think it is, but I also feel like you're getting feedback. You're getting people who have questions, or maybe there's people in your ear who may not necessarily believe that this is what's in your best interest, well-meaning and all, but they may not get how much you love it. And that's okay. It doesn't have to, it's not them. It's not their life. It's not their business, essentially. So please continue to do what makes you feel best. Even if you change your mind and it's no longer boxing. Just saying that. You can love something for 10, 15, 20 years and be like, you know what? I think I've gotten enough out of this, and transition into something else. But right now, I feel like it's good for you. I feel like you're getting a lot out of it. Ride that until the cows come home. I wonder if cows ever do come home. Do they? Because I don't know. Where does that expression come from? I'm sure they do. I've seen yodelers that bring cows in, like by their voice. Anywho, that's weird tangent. But thank you so much for your question, my dear. Thank you. Let me get back to shuffling.
And someone on YouTube asked, where do we send the email?
Ooh, in a message. So it's just the email address to a message directly.
YouTube?
You can send it to YouTube. Since you're on YouTube, you can do that there. Or if you're on Facebook and you want to participate, send it directly through like the messenger button that's attached to my face. Like, you know how to find it when you click on the messenger and it brings up the page. You can just send me a message. Just send it to me that way, darlings. Send it to me that way.
We'll also include the ones that are in the comments right now.
I will also include the ones that are in the comments right now. Since I Blame it on the Abby. I was so stellar in the planning of this impromptu giveaway. We're still going to make it work though. But I am going to throw everyone's email into a random thingy because we know where they are. And I'm going to pull them. I'm excited. Okay. So my exuberance will stop like overflowing. Tori, I've been out of work for a couple months due to health issues. Should I go back to my old job or start applying to other jobs? Let's see what shows up for us, Hun Bunch. I hope your health is getting better. I definitely want you to get better. Feeling better nowadays? I hope so. I hope so. So what do we need to know about this? Should we go back to the old job or start applying to new ones? So my first thought is that there might be some generosity if you look at the old job. First card that hopped out of the series was the Six of Pentacles, which leans directly into like that give and take that when you've humbly come and then they offer or they provide or they like extend a hand of generosity and support. So I think that very well could be useful. But let me see if there's anything else going on in there for us. What else do we need to know about this? What else do we need to know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, hun. First and foremost, I want to make sure that you understand that you're going to be okay. Okay. So it's like whatever those worries are about being out of work or whatever the stress, the issues, the drama that shows up from not having what feels like secure employment, understand and try to remember in any way, shape, form. Like if you have to tell yourself, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be okay. Whatever you need to do, put it in your phone, write it on your bathroom mirror in lipstick or Sharpie, whatever you need to do to remind yourself that you are taken care of. You are going to be fine. Everything is going to work out to your favor. You are going to be just fine. Other cards that kind of help me know that. I have the Ace of Wands in relation to the Magician and the Strength card. The other cards that I have for you, hun, is the Six of Swords, along with the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like it's going to be somebody in relation to your current position that's going to be useful in you re-getting employment. But I feel like even if you, for some reason, decided, I don't want to do that job anymore, I don't want to do that role, or I don't want to do the role that they offered me, then you taking on new work or you searching for new employment will also be useful, also be gainful, and you also have the potential to go on there. Either way, hun, you're sitting pretty on the Nine of Cups, so it's going to be good with the Two of Cups underneath it. So I'm quite proud and pleased of you, darling. You're going to be just amazing. But thank you so much for your question, though. I always appreciate them. Why do I spontaneously cry out of nowhere for no reason? Let's look at it and see what shows up for you, hun. And welcome back. I've seen your it's not your face, it's the side of faces. I've seen the sides of these faces before. Okay, let's see what shows up. Why do you cry spontaneously out of nowhere for no reason? Why do you cry spontaneously out of nowhere for no reason? Let's see what shows up for us, hun. Okay. I love that I'm getting all these messages and notifications. Thank y'all all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just saw one. My phone happened to have been face up. It's usually face down. I was like, oh, another one. Let's flip that over. Oh. Why do we have this feeling? Why do we have this feeling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, hun, let me show you what I got. So first card I have is the Chariot, along with the Strength card and the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is all about them emotions, honey, so I'm not surprised that she's showing up for us. But I also have the Nine of Wands, a little bit pummeled there. I also have the Page of Cups, also talking about emotions, and then the Four of Pentacles. So this is a super pragmatic card, but also often is about holding, reserving, hiding, clutching, kind of holding back in a way. My first thought, because of the other cards that kind of hopped out, I also have a Two of Wands along with the Four of Cups. I mean, a mixed bag of it. I feel like first off, there's, I'd rather it be something, mystical and magic. And that's why your angels are singing to you, is why you spontaneously cry. But I feel like it's more along the lines of there's a quiet something that you aren't paying attention to. You're not allowing yourself to focus. And so those moments where you've gotten still enough then you crack a little bit. And the crack is fine. You actually need to have those moments because that's why it's bubbling up. That's why it's showing up for you. But it's much easier to block things or disassociate from things or to turn your pragmatic off from the emotions. Trust, this one knows, than it is to actually confront the emotion and the issue head on. So my slight invitation, my suggestion is to the next time you have that event, do what you can to figure out the why. Like if it's journaling, if it's going to quiet headspace with your headphones and a marker on Sharpie, just to look around in your emotions, in your heart, in your head, wherever it happens to be, and see the first flag that you can see, the first little spark of something that you can see that might give you some clue, even if it doesn't make sense, especially if it doesn't make sense. When you start to run into like, no, that couldn't be it, those are the moments that we need to like X marks that spot. So look into everything that shows up for you while you're mad rage writing or whatever it is that you're doing. So there's something to it. There's a key there. There's a button there that is being pressed without your knowledge. And we need to figure out what's going on there. And it's going to be more than just looking at it once. This is going to be like looking at it a couple times and trying to dig under those roots. But you can get there. You can get there.
Yes.
I don't doubt that. Said to myself too. I have a thing that's similar with me and the dentist, yo. It's it's a little insane. So yes, we're going to be doing flash readings. And so what flash readings are is they are a super fast way for me to get a lot of questions done in a short amount of time. So what I suggest is that if you still have questions, please feel free to go ahead and throw in your direct questions into the comments right now. It does not matter if I've already read for you. We'll totally pull again. Throw your questions into the comments. I'm going to be pulling one card. Just one card. I'm going to try to get directly to the point. It's going to be like a sound bite kind of reading. And so my goal, and sometimes I need reminding, thank you, babe, to keep it to one card. Sometimes I need to remember because often I want more information. Often I want to dig in a little bit deeper. So the whole point is to get to the point, essentially. So I'm shuffling my cards and Melissa's going to pull a person for me here in a moment. And I'm just going to shuffle my life off. Questions are coming in. Lovely, darlings. Lovely. I'm going to shuffle one more time. We'll start pulling. What is the color of my aura? Ooh. All right. Let's see what shows up for us. Okay. So my first nudgies and feelings about auras in general is that they tend to be a shades, plural, multiple shades. So if I'm thinking primary for you, I want to see if the card will give me a primary color on that. Let's see. What's this one going to be? What's the primary color? That's awfully useful. But I am going to lean into this more on the, that being the Ace of Wands. That's a super high energy, hyper vibrancy card. So when I'm thinking vibrancy, I'm thinking reds, I'm thinking yellows, I'm thinking oranges. So to me, that feels upbeat, that feels effervescent, that feels assertive and action forward. So to me, it's like the volume, the heat has been turned up a little bit. So it feels like you like to get shit done. Likes to get things done. But thank you so much for that question, Rose. Thank you. Hello, YouTube land. What is Yatin's feelings for? Can you please tell me? Ooh, 2 names. What is this person's feelings for that person? That is a gray line for me. I know, right? One card. Okay, so my dearest, there's 2 things to this, right? If you're wanting to know what this person's feelings are for you, I can probably give you a clue there. If we're looking at what feelings are for someone else, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get that one. But let's just play. Let's just play and then reiterate this is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't hold or make any decisions based on the tarot cards because sense of liabilities and stuff. Anyway, y'all know the deal. So let's see what shows up for us. What is this person's feelings for that one? What is this? Let's get an overall. 3 of Pentacles. So to me, it feels practical, it feels pragmatic. It feels like it works. Not super high emotional, not super like I don't like this person. It just seems like this works. It's uneventful. So yeah, it's very basic in that regard. If we need to dig into something a little bit deeper, then definitely more cards, but this just feels like Three of Pentacles. It's very work focused, it's very project based. This is like the practical. It's platonic, it's easy, it's nothing hard. It's nothing hard is the way it seems. But yeah, thank you so much for that question. Let's see. Hello there. Hello T. Just joined. Thank you. Thank you for coming to join out. I love all the spreads that you just described. May I ask why I haven't heard from my new fling? Rude person. Why haven't you heard from the new fling? Why haven't you heard from the new fling? Let's see what's showing up there. Why haven't you heard from the new fling? What does she need to know? I feel like the person's distracted, and I'm wondering why. So the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is, to me, often that leaving what was to go something else, essentially. So the new fling. I'm wondering if the new fling doesn't have the same fling feelings at this moment, and so maybe they're deciding to kind of separate or distract. Feels like a recurring theme. So I'm wondering what's going on for them personally, because this only feels half personal. Like it's not all about you, but it's a little bit, but not that you did something, but just like life is going in a way, and so now they have to distract themselves, and it includes distracting themselves from you. So I have questions, but I only get one card. Otherwise, my wife yells at me. She doesn't yell, she fusses. When will my business be opening? When? Ooh, I don't know if I can get a win out of one card, hun, but let's see what shows up for us, okay? Maybe we can get a clue out of that one card. Usually when I do wins, I look in days, weeks, months, years, first set of cards, and then which day, week, month, year, and then narrow it down from there. Yeah, that is totally doable to contact me directly for a little bit more narrowing down of the direct kind of like time of date thing. So let's see. When will my business be opening? Let's see. When is this one? Oh, swords. Queen of Swords. When? So when I think about seasons, the swords suit is the closest to kind of like that transition from winter to spring. So that's how I would land that card. It's not a summer, it's not a fall card. It's like that coldness as it starts to end and transition into the beginnings of warm. Not even completely warm, but beginnings of warm. So I'm thinking like, if we think of that in the calendar year, what that's like March, February, March, depending on what area of the country you live in. Like we live in Seattle, that's basically where we live. Most of the year is that kind of warm kind of area. But if you're like in the Midwest, for instance, that's kind of March, April. So it just kind of depends on your area, but that's the feels that I'm getting off of one card. So yeah, we're doing flash readings for those that are still hanging in there, but please feel free to throw in more questions or another question. I'm all for it. Melina, can I trust the path I'm on with music? Ooh, can you trust the path? That is such a dynamic question. I love that you put it that way. Can you trust that path? I feel like that's more of a question. Can you trust yourself? So it's like, because your music is an expression of you. So if you're looking if you can trust your journey that you're on with music, it's more of can you trust yourself? Thoughts. Just thoughts. Let's see what shows up for us, hon. I just smelled food. I don't know what it was, but it smelled awesome. Oh my goodness. If you're eating dinner, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of anyone who's having food right now. Okay. Can you trust the path you're on with music? 10 of Cups. So that is the biggest high flying yes card in this whole suit. So can you trust it? If it's a yes or no question, yes, honey. Yes, you can trust it. Thank you so much for that question. And how cool is that for a card? All right, I'm going to keep shuffling. All right. Will I finally land a new job sooner in the near future? Let's see. Will you be landing? Hello from YouTube land. Hello. Will you be getting that job soon? Will you be getting that job? A job. Land a new job. Let's quantify this a little bit so we have a little bit more context. So I'm thinking, Let's aim for within the next 3 months, so before the end of the year. I like that. I think that's useful. Before the end of the year. Before the end of the year. Okay. Shuffled in. Pulling one card for you, darling. One card before the end of the year. Ooh. Before the end of the year. I like this. So the Two of Cups is the coming together of things, the communion of things, the partnerships, the agreements. There's two pieces of someone coming together and one even touching the hand. Where's my finger? There you go. Touching the hand of the other. So I think definitely before the end of the year. So soon? Yeah, soon. Ooh, if we need to ever narrow it down, let me know. Because again, like my timeline reads are pretty freaking, I'm kind of proud of those. I'm pretty freaking proud of those. But thank you so much for your question, my dear. Sherry, you're trying online dating. Woo, go, Sherry. Will this work for me to meet that special person meant for me? Okay, let's see what shows up for you, hon. One card. Oh, I almost did it. I almost did it again. Okay, one card, one card, one card, one card. One card, Sherry. Will online dating be successful, productive for you? Oh, let's see. What's this one going to be? High Priestess. Okay, hun. So my nose is itching again. My intuition and inclination is that this process of online dating is going to sharpen your intuition, especially when it comes to people, so that it's like it's the step for the step that steps you into the thing. So I don't know if I don't think it's going to necessarily be a win, but I feel like it's going to bring you on the road that's going to take you to the thing that very well could be the win. So it's like, do it anyway, continue anyway, because you're going to meet some interesting people. You're going to meet some kind souls. Maybe they have a brother. Maybe they have a bestie that you happen to do a double date with, and then you meet. You know, you never know how these things land out. So go with it. Go with it, hon. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I just realized I'm a little congested. I'm still smelling chicken. It's like, it's not even our food. Is it? Ah! Food. Okay. Janice, hello from YouTube land. I would like to know how my boss gonna take the fact I'm gonna quit. Oh, how's your boss gonna take it? Got it. Okay. Oh, how's your boss gonna take it? That's endearing that you're concerned. I kind of like that. Want to give you a hug for it. Thank you for thinking about your person. Not your person, but like your business other person. Like we got to figure out a word. What is that word? How are they going to take it? How are they going to take it? One card. My eyes are itching. How are they going to take it? Okay, what is this? Ooh, Six of Cups. Six of Cups, Six of Cups. I feel like they're going to take it reasonably well. And I say reasonably well with a caveat. I think they're going to want to stay in touch. So it's like, don't be surprised if they're like, oh, but we were nice people. Give me your email and I want to stay in touch. Or I want, to be Facebook friends with you now so that we can stay in contact. And it seems like that well-meaning contact at first, but that kind of dissipates over 3 years because now the thing that made us friends no longer exists. So we have to work a little bit harder to be in friendship, be in connection, be in communion. But I think they're going to take it, reasonably well. Like it doesn't feel like it's over dramatic or anything's going to fall apart at the seams. Seems okay. Seems okay. But thank you so much for that question, dearest. Yay. I am suddenly congested.
Hello.
How'd that happen? I haven't moved from this seat and I'm congested. Will my guy Jay commit to you soon? Ooh, let's see if we can get one question on that, Miss Natasha. Will this person, commit to you soon? Commit to you soon. I like to quantify soon with a timeline. Because soon for me is like 3 months, 2 months. That is soon for me. And some soon is like, tomorrow. I want it to be yesterday kind of thing. So will Jay commit to you in the next 2 months? Let's aim for 2 months. I'm congested. I smell food.
I know. How does that work?
I don't know. What is this? Will your person, oh my God, it smells so good. I know, I can't help it. Will this person commit to you soon? This one. Oh, judgment card. Judgment card. Will they commit to you soon? Judgment card is such a, for me, it's like I would love for it to be like a yes or no kind of card, but it feels very like baseline kind of card. So will he commit to you soon? All right, hun. So my thought is if you allow it to be in their hands, then it's going to be like more of what you got already. So if you're trying to push this over and get some clarity or get some certainty or get some commitment out of this, I feel like we may need to bring this to the table or nudge this a little bit, have the conversation, like ask like, hey, what's your game plan here? Because I have questions and you need answers. So because right now all I'm feeling is like more of the same with the judgment card. So I think there's going to need to be a little bit of ignition of some sort. So take some action, my darling. Take some action there. All right. Let me shuffle in. John, will I be in a relationship and be able to do what, oh my goodness. Will I be in a relationship and be able to do what I love with my career at the same time? I certainly hope so, hun. Because if your career is something that you love, you definitely want to figure out a way to integrate that with your relationship so that they can exist simultaneously. So let's get a card for you. Oops. First card that hopped out, I'm not going to pull. All right. Shuffle in. There we go. Da, da, da. Will you be able to do both? Will you be able to do both? There we go. Will you be able to do both? What is this one? Ooh, Magician. I love this card for that question because the Magician is like you have all the tools available and necessary to you to be able to do anything that you want to do. So if you want to have a relationship that you can have your relationship and your career, that is totally possible and totally doable, totally reasonable. It's available. It's just finding that person that's able to kind of suit up and line up for that. But it is totally within the realms of possibilities, hun. So yeah, will you? Yes. Of course, of course. So I have a different set of cards this time. This is the Halloween Oracle, and it has been brought to my attention that we may not necessarily know what Oracle cards are. And so briefly, I want to tell you, one, I am going to throw two or three Oracle cards for you all. And what Oracle cards are is a divination or wisdom or knowledge system based on its own artwork, on its own artist creation. So it's different than tarot because tarot is a 78 card pre-described system. This Nine of Swords is the same Nine of Swords as the same Nine of Swords regardless of the artist. The cards in this deck is created intuitively by that particular artist and that particular writer. So they work together to create a 25, 50, however many cards. It's up to them. It's kind of freeform in that way. So this one is a Halloween imagery base that I thought would be fun to kind of jump us into the Halloween spirit and kind of get things going. And I will then we'll pull the person, I'll pull the card kind of as a what last bit of information, what last bit of wisdom knowledge does this person need? And then I will read that particular card information from the guidebook. So I'll be brief about it though, but from the guidebook. So what do you need to do? Thank you, babe. So if you would throw in a heart emoji with a pumpkin if they have it. If not, I'll take a witch. You know, like take something creative on the other side. So a heart emoji and then another Halloweenish zombie, Frankenstein. Give me a Halloween emoji to go with it. So heart and Halloween emoji. And Melissa will choose which one she sees fit. And while she's doing that, and those emojis start coming in, because you know you're looking really hard right now. Through your emojis, I'm going to be shuffling so that we know what last message do you need to hear before we wrap up this evening? What's the final thing for you? What's the final draw of what you need to hear before we run and go back to our normal, mundane, daily lives? What do we need? What's the last thing that we need? All right. Adriana, you gave me a heart and a pumpkin. I love it. Okay, sweet pea. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that card for you. And I found it. What is the last thing that you need this evening? So this is the, Skull of Light. That is kind of freaking cool. I might have to just like I might have to start taking pictures and using this as part of my practice. I'm just going to say that out loud. Yes, a Skull of Light. So let me find that real quick. What does Adriana need out of the Skull of Light? Okay. So I'm going to read the first part and then I'm going to read the bolt, like the nuts and bolts of it, so that we have context without so much drudgery. As the famous psychotherapist Jung suggested, knowing your own darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others. Taking the time to know thyself and to seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow natures can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. Should the skull of light enter your life, know it is time to open yourself fully to the clarity of bright illumination. Allow yourself to be seen, to see and act upon what is shown to you. The time has passed for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomfort by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us. So this card for you, honey. Live brightly. Live out in the lights. Be all bright and reflective. There we go. There you go. I finally got it there. In illumination. But thank you so much for that, Sweet Pea. That was a fun one. So Inner Whisper, hello from YouTube land. What's the final little message for you? And what did you get me? This is a heart and a, can you see it?
I think a little Dracula.
Is it Dracula? Oh my goodness. That's adorable.
Yeah. Where is that one?
I know. I've never seen the Dracula, so now I'm totally going to go back in there. But totally let me know how these little oracles read for you, how that landed, how that resonated. It means a lot to understand. It means a lot to me to understand if this even works for you. I want to make sure it does. If it doesn't, I'm going to stop. But if it does, I'm going to keep going. All right, honey, I got your card. What is this one? This is the Underworld. Okay, Underworld. Let's see that. I love that with the, oh, I forget the story. I need to visit the story about, oh, anywho, see, let me not get off topic. The Underworld. The Underworld. Okay, Sweet Pea. So the idea of an underworld, there we go. A whole realm that we go to after we die is a concept that crosses a huge variety of cultures and eras. The Sumerians, the Turkish, the Incas, the Greeks, through the Sumerians, the Maori, and another word that I don't want to butcher, all had distinct words for the underworld. What is different, though, is how these cultures treat the concept, whether the underworld is seen as a place of rest or rejuvenation or horror or punishment. So should the underworld card be present in your reading, you are being asked to consider exactly what you have to do to transform your life into something you find easier or more authentic to you. This may involve changing course. It may involve trials and tests. Keep moving. While things may fall away and your life may appear bare for a time, this is temporary. Space is being made for which you can create the new. So, Inner Whisper, change and transformation, honey. That is the death card if I've ever seen it before, even though it's technically the underworld. But that's the exact meaning of it. So thank you so much for that. Katrina. Sorry?
We got spiderwebs.
Spiderwebs, a spider, and a heart. You know, honey, I'm slightly arachnophobic, but that is awesome. Only slightly. It's been getting better recently, actually. So I'm enjoying that. So Katrina, what is the last message Katrina needs for the evening before we wrap up? What does Katrina need? Ooh, there it is right there. Okay, hun bunch. Ooh, look at this. That's kind of deep and brooding. You're seeing reflections of yourself in addition to the card. So that is the Skull of Darkness. Can we even focus on that? There you go. Blind spots. What is this about blind spots? Skull of Darkness. All right. So the beautiful and the mysterious Skull of Darkness. Darkness encourages us to look to the part of ourselves that normally remains hidden or as unseen as possible. We may not appreciate or like certain aspects of ourselves, yet sometimes our greatest treasures lie within these areas. How many times have you heard the famous artists or people extremely successful in their field being bullied for being so different, yet their very differences from others is what makes them so powerful? Additionally, all of us at some stage of life have certain blind spots that may cause us grief and trouble. Although we cannot see them clearly, it is the repeated patterns of pain that may alert us to them, symptoms, if you will. For example, the same things keep happening over and over again. We may be betrayed repeatedly, fail at something repeatedly, not complete tasks continually. Peace and pattern breaking can be achieved by doing the work in uncovering our blind spots, or even consulting trusted close friends or professionals to assist us to see in what we cannot. So, honey, looks like some blind spots. Thank you so much for just that opportunity to read that for you. So you all can find me here next week, next Wednesday, every Wednesday, so long as life and schedules allow, at 8 p.m. So please feel free to share this video if you got something out of it today, if you feel like you have a friend that might garner a little bit of wisdom. These messages don't just apply to you or don't just apply to the person they were read for. They can also have meaning to others over time as well. So if you'd like to schedule something private with me one-on-one directly, not with my nose, but with me, there we go. Please feel free to click on any one of those fabulous links that were in the comments. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today, October 7th, from 8 p.m. to 9:16. So you all take care. Have a great evening. And I hope the rest of the night treats you well. So yeah, bye.